myself and Jason. And if that's what you want, there's nothing you can do about it. So get in the second car before I put you in there. The bodyguards bristled, but obeyed after a short discussion under their breath. Michael and Darius then joined Boris in the first car, which drove them through the noir graphic novel that passed for a city. There was a sense of unreality to the place, exacerbated by knowing they really were in a magical pocket realm. The silver light of the moon hid more than it illuminated, creating dark corners and shadow-filled alleys. Traffic was light, the cars having the same out-of-time feel as their own vehicle. Few people were out in the heavy making indistinct shapes under the diffuse gaslight as lamps. Feels like being in a Dashiell Hammett novel, right? Boris asked, watching them peer out the windows. You can make a gritty monologue if you feel the need. Why are we doing this here again? Darius asked. This place is spooky and full of vampires. I know this is a clandestine meeting, but this seems like we may be taking it too far. This is where Jason conducts his more hidden business, Boris explained. Your people wanted the in-person meeting, and this is where he wants it. He really is here, then? Michael asked. Technically, he's in a liminal space between universes that doesn't exist in any way that's comprehensible to entities that exist within physical reality. But yes, he's here. His avatars have been explained to you, right? The men nodded. That still seems strange, Michael said. But what doesn't here? That's a good attitude to hold, Boris told him. The car pulled over and they got out. The rain didn't reach them, twisting in the air to fall on the ground around them. What's going on there? Michael asked. I'm pushing the rain away with you, Boris said. I'm not getting water on this suit. You can move physical things with your aura, Michael said. No, Boris corrected. You can't move physical things with your aura. The second car pulled up to let out Taika, Shiro, and the bodyguards. After the guards confirmed the status of their charges, they all went inside. It was the kind of building where people got murdered in open movies. It appeared to have been some kind of clothing factory, machines and tables painted in years of grime. Taika, Shiro, and Wesley stayed behind as the rest took another old-style elevator, Boris operating it with a lever instead of buttons. It took them up to another floor, wholly unlike the factory floor they had just left. This level contained a speakeasy-style bar, all dark leather and dim lighting. They could see people at tables and booths, none of whom glanced over at their entrance. There was a coat room where an attendant was taking coats and hats. They spotted Asano handing over his, drenched in rain. He waited for them to do the same before shaking their hands in turn, without so much as a glance at the bodyguards. Gentlemen, he greeted them. Jason Asano. I'm Darius Shepard, United States Department of Supernatural Affairs. This is Michael Glasser, State Department. Asano led them through the bar to a secluded booth at the back and slid around the table, making room for Boris and the two officials. There was no room for their guards, who would not have sat anyway, including over the table. You boys can go take a seat at the bar, he said. One of the guards grunted. And you'll stay that way, unless you think I was asking, Asano said, looking at them for the first time. Darius and Michael saw their gold-rank guards flinch, noticing the signs of aura suppression despite not sensing a thing. The guards sent them an inquisitive glance, departing with a slight nod from Michael. Asano's eyes didn't leave them until they sat at the bar and refused drinks from the bartender. He then turned to the two officials with a friendly smile. Michael and Darius were unsure what to make of Asano. Rumors placed him somewhere between dangerous lunatic and capricious god. There was certainly a presence to him, as if everything around him was slightly out of focus while he was crystal clear. What brought you two gentlemen all this way? He asked them. Boris seemed confident that it was worth meeting you. We need to discuss a potential threat, Darius said. One that affects all of us. All of us being the whole planet. Asano sighed, leaning back with a weary expression. I've done my world saving, he said. It's past time the rest of you started picking up the slack. We intended to take this to your client, Darius said. We approached Mr. Kaplan as a go-between, and he insisted to bring it to you personally.
Oh, what the fuck?
Why is that? He asked. Because this isn't a Clark Kent problem, Boris said. This is a Superman problem. You can't pretend you're like everyone else. The plan is not for this kind of fight. What fight? Jason asked. As I'm sure you're aware, Michael said, there is a lot of concern about you and your plan. Your impending return has led to some activity that has us concerned. Activity by me? No, Darius said. It's in reaction to you. For context, Michael explained, there is something of a secret council amongst Earth's most powerful players. Somewhere between a secret society and the United Nations, various countries and other state-level actors represented. The mission statement of the group is to navigate challenges to defend
Oh, fuck's sake.
your family come alive, Darius added. But that's not what we're here about, Michael said. Not directly. The group, as I mentioned, is concerned about your return, about what you will do, and how the world will collectively respond. I've been giving the same thing my consideration as well, Asano said. This secret council have gone beyond consideration, Darius said. One of their unstated objectives is to make sure the people in power stay that way through the upheavals that magic has brought. They see you as potentially the greatest threat to that objective. You operate on a different paradigm to traditional forms of global power. That was fine when you were a silver ranker, albeit a strong one with impressive reserves of resources and knowledge. But your clan has been laying the groundwork for you to be seen as far more than that now. They portray you less as a gold ranker, more like some god king about to descend upon the earth. But that's fair, Boris said. To my people, he essentially is a gold king, even the ones who see him as an enemy. Be that as it may, Darius said. The reality doesn't actually matter right now. Perception of it is what's causing the problem at hand. The Secret Council has decided that if you can't be controlled and you can't be contained...
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, Blackberry!
I was expecting some reaction along
Blackberry
those
on a
lines,
high?
Jason said. You're talking about more than just a few assassination attempts, though, aren't you? Darius nodded. A means has been found to contact other people like you, powerful people who exist beyond our world. They've struck a deal, Michael said, picking up the narrative, to bring these outsiders into our dimension to take you off the board. And in return, certain concessions have been made. What concessions? Asano asked. We're not sure, Darius said. The United States representatives were completely against this approach and was cut out early in the proceedings. We still had people reporting from inside the group, but those of us in opposition to the plan have been removed from its planning. You were against it? The view of the United States government, Michael said, is that welcoming an unknown alien force onto our world is akin to giving invaders a beachhead. We might see you as a threat to our interests, Mr. Asano, but we respect your right to be a huge pain in our nation's collective ass. Bringing in outsiders is selling the cow to get lessons on how to milk it. You realize that I'm bringing in my own force of outsiders? But are they coming to serve your interests or theirs? More of a tourist situation, really.